Hello everyone, today we will be doing a holiday cup of cheer or Christmas cocoa cup. We will be needing oil pastels, a pencil, and a 12 by 18 black sheet of paper. You can start with your pencil by drawing a cup. First we'll draw the circular top of it. Now remember, if you want to make your cup different than mine, you can do that. This drawing is yours, so if you want to try a different cup, go for it. This is just one example of how you can do this. Make the bottom, then make the handle of the cup. Then I'm going to use a red. However, if you guys want to make a green cup or a blue cup, you can do that as well. So whatever is the core color of your cup, go ahead and grab that now. So for my example today, I am going to use red. I'm going to go around the edges, and then I'm going to start shading it in once I get all my edges. Now I'm just going to start coloring my cup in. And I'm going to try and keep going in the one direction. Trying not to scribble back and forth, but try to make it go in one direction like it's curving around the cup. That will help make it look more 3D. And you'll notice I'm going to leave a little bit of a line. About right there, you'll see it on my cup. I'm not going to shade that part in because that's going to be a highlight of the cup, so I'm going to actually put a different color in there. So whatever color you're doing, just leave a little spot like that. And go ahead and make your handle a little bit thicker with that core color. Fill in any spots you see that just need a little more of a touch up. Go around the top. Circle again. So if, for example, here I'm going to use orange to fill in that spot I left open. So if you were using a dark green, fill it in with a lime green. If you were using a dark blue, fill it in with a lighter blue. So just pick a color that kind of complements the color you used originally, and then fill that part in with a lighter color, because this is going to act like a highlight of the cup. And just kind of blend it into your other color. Notice when I use the oil pastel, I hold it at a bit of an angle to kind of use more of the edge of the pastel. Next, I'm going to grab my black, and I'm going to make some shadows on my cup with the black. And I'm kind of just doing wispy lines. I'm not going back and forth. I'm just making each line at once. I'm just going to go around the one edge of my cup. It's almost like you're making horse mane. And then I'm going to go back to the other side and give that side a little bit of a shadow. Remember, you can always pause the video at any time if you need to catch up with something. And I'm going to go under my cup handle and add some shadows in there as well. Next, I'm going to start my tabletop. So this cup is going to sit on the edge of a table, and I'm going to get a brown. I'm starting with the lighter brown, and I'm just kind of going back and forth under my cup. Notice how I didn't start right on the bottom of my cup. I went up a little bit from the bottom, so it looks like the cup is not going to fall off the table. and then you're just going to shade back and forth, and you don't have to fill in the whole bottom piece of the paper. You're just going to gently fade out. And then I'm going to go find my dark brown, and I'm going to go back and put in some dark browns underneath, kind of just go over it a little bit wherever I went with the light brown. Don't have to shade it in completely, just kind of adding in some darkness and just kind of fade out with that as well. Next, I'm going to go around with some white and just kind of go around my lines to make it pop a little more. I'll go around the top. Then I'm going to start filling in my hot cocoa part with some light brown. Leave some room for a few marshmallows. For that part, you can grab your white and just make some little rectangles or squares. Just pretend like they're floating at the top. I made 3, but the number is up to you how many marshmallows you want to put in there. Then I'm going to add some steam coming off my cup. So just think of like a wavy white line that's floating upwards from your coffee or hot cocoa cup. Some lines can be darker, some lines can be lighter, some lines can be thick, some lines can be thin. Then I'm going to go back and fill in with my light brown where I still see some black showing. I can even add a little bit of dark brown around the edges. Add a few more lines to give you some steam. Next, I'm going to add a little pine needle branch just to kind of give it that little holiday Christmas feel. So I'm just going to make a black curved line. And then I'm going to go find my dark green. And I'm going to just gently give that some wispy edges to make it look kind of pointy like a pine branch. Then I'm going to grab my peach color and just add in some lighter branch or some lighter pine needles. And then I'm going to grab my lime green and go around with that a little bit too. And then I'm going to sign my name and date it. And then we can also add some snowflakes in the background, so we can pretend our cup is kind of sitting by a window. And you're just going to go make some little crisscrosses, kind of like some X's. And you're going to crisscross the lines back and forth over each other. And if you have a different way you want to make your snowflakes, that's fine too. This is just one way. There's lots of different ways you can make your snowflakes. This is just one example. And then I'm going to go and make some tiny little dots, and I'm kind of just twisting the edge of my pastel when I make these little dots, just to give some different snowflakes. And that should be it. Thanks for joining me.